You know, if we do end up getting a new big final Nintendo Switch game before the Nintendo Switch 2, that is quote from a niche franchise and not a remaster according to this rumor, I wonder if Nintendo is finally gonna bring back Star Fox on the Nintendo platforms. At least more so than the past couple years. Or maybe, like My Nintendo News says, it's the rumored Fire Emblem game. I mean, it's not Mario, it's not Zelda, or even Kirby and Donkey Kong. I wouldn't call those somewhat niche. Who knows, maybe it's Kid Icarus Uprising's remake. That's technically not a remaster. What game do you guys think this rumor is talking about? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not. In this video, we are going to talk about the latest Nintendo Switch news, leaks, and rumors that have been happening recently. These include topics that I completely forgot about in the last video. Apparently, there's one big Nintendo Switch game that's going to be revealed before the Nintendo Switch 2 releases. We also have a small update from Team Cherry about Silksong as well. There's a list of third-party games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 according to that rumor. A new Astral Chain 2 rumor popped up this past week as well. We even have some Super Smash Bros. Rumors for the next Smash Bros. On the Nintendo Switch 2, which is really exciting. It's actually been quite some time since we talked about Super Smash Bros. And on the news side of things, other than Silksong, we have things from Splatoon, Sims 1 and 2, a level 5 game, so a pretty mixed bag of topics for today's show. And of course, if you guys end up enjoying this video, leave a like, it helps the video get pushed when you do, or dislike if you don't like the video. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is RoboRob93. The link to that will be in the pinned comment. So now that the Nintendo Switch 2 is finally being revealed by Nintendo and we have an official date for more info on the next Nintendo Switch console for Nintendo 2025, I think it's safe to say that other than the UI and other Switch 2 features, the one thing that we really want to know about is what games are coming to the console, right? It's a new era of Nintendo, and with the new era of Nintendo opens the floodgates for new IPs, new remasters, new games and long-running series, third-party games as well, something that may be happening even before the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, and that game is currently unknown according to the current rumor, but we do have a description on what that game could be. This is what My Nintendo News has to say. Video game leaker PH Brazil is back, and he said on the OX Do Control podcast that the Nintendo Switch will get a powerful send-off with one final big game from Nintendo. Without fully elaborating on which franchise the game is part of, PH Brazil said that it is a somewhat niche franchise, though it is a beloved series. There have been rumors of a new Fire Emblem game in development for Nintendo Switch, so this seems like the likely candidate. But as always, this is just a rumor at present. And all the stuff that we're talking about in this video when it comes to rumors and leaks, keep in mind that they could always end up being fake. I'm just putting that warning out there because sometimes people do end up believing it 100%. I wouldn't do that personally, so I'm just giving you that warning. Now, there are a couple games that come to mind. One is, as they said, the Fire Emblem game. That's been rumored for quite some time. But Fire Emblem isn't the only game that's been rumored. There are a lot of other games that have been around for quite some time, I would say, a couple years now, and other games that make just a lot of sense to put on the Nintendo Switch right now. One such game is Kid Icarus Uprising. Now, they say it's not going to be a remaster, it's going to be something else. Now, that could be a sequel, yes, maybe a Kid Icarus Uprising sequel, but it could also be a remake for Kid Icarus Uprising if it is that game. That's another one of those games that have been rumored. Another rumored game that has popped up recently is Star Fox. We haven't really seen too much of Star Fox in the past couple years on the Nintendo Switch, at least in a big way when it comes to the series, and it is much beloved, and I would say that is definitely a niche series when you compare it to like Mario and Zelda at least. So maybe we will get a new game in the series. Now, another game that could end up being revealed that's niche and is a much beloved series has to do with the next rumor that we're going to be talking about. Now, there's a lot to this rumor in terms of what's going on between Nintendo and Platinum, and we're going to make our own video on that. Right now, I want to focus on the core information though. This is what Stealth Stealth40k has to say over on Twitter. Rumor, take it with a huge grain of salt. After significant development trouble at Platinum Games, Astral Chain 2 is currently in development for the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo threatened to use a different studio if Platinum Games didn't get their act together. Now again, there's going to be a separate video that's going to be pretty short that'll go into all that information, but for now we just want to focus on the core information. Make sure you have that bell notification on for that upload, because I will be uploading that pretty soon. Now Astral Chain 2 would definitely fit the bill of the previous rumor. It's niche, it's much beloved, and it's not a remaster. Of course, that could fit a lot of other games as well, but this rumor popping up around the same time as the other one, I do wonder if Astral Chain 2 is the game that they're talking about. The only thing I would say is that a sequel to Astral Chain 2, I feel like that would fit better for a Nintendo Switch 2 game in that first year, but who knows, maybe we will end up getting it during this February Nintendo Direct, which if you guys didn't know, a February Nintendo Direct is currently rumored, and that is separate from the April Direct that's focusing on the Switch 2, by the way. I think in one of the last videos, some people got confused on what I was talking about. That's a separate rumor from the official announcement from Nintendo on the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. And moving on with some Nintendo Switch 2 third-party rumors, we covered some of this stuff similar to the stuff we covered in the other video from PH Brazil, but now more has popped up and even some official news. Phil Spencer actually said that they love working with Nintendo and they will be putting multiple games from the Xbox developers or Team Xbox on the Nintendo Switch 2. Considering both Dooms also hit the Nintendo Switch, this new rumor popping up about Doom The Dark Ages is really no surprise to me. This is what Stealth40k has to say on the new rumor. Rumor, according to EXTAS1S, Doom The Dark Ages is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo isn't allowing developers to say this game is coming to Switch 2 yet. The funny thing about this is some developers have been saying that, but it was just like smaller developers. I think maybe they're talking about specifically the bigger developers, so like Bethesda, Ubisoft, those kind of developers. Which makes sense, right? I mean, they waited a pretty long time for the first trailer for the Switch 2. I think based on how Nintendo has been moving in the past year, they want this reveal to be huge and a big success. They want everyone excited about the Nintendo Switch 2 and all the games that are going to be coming, and overall, they want to continue that Switch 2 brand and have a resurgence in sales, games, especially when it comes to the consoles, and have it carry them for like the next 3 or 4 years until whatever they're going to be doing next, which sounds like they're going to be also supporting both consoles, Switch 1 and 2. I think it will come down to marketing and a big supply of consistent, great Nintendo Switch games, both first party and third party, as well as indie games, and just basically what they've been doing this past 8 years. But anyways, moving on to the next topic, it's a pretty short topic. I thought I'd mention this to anyone who's interested in this Nintendo Switch news. Apparently, Nintendo hit a all-time number for their stock on January 3rd, and the very next day, they also had another all-time high. Toya Securities also had some interesting news about the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. They went from buy to strong buy as well. Don't know why I keep saying as well. Not only that, but Steam Deck sales seem to have been affected as well. Mentioned that in the last video if you watched it. With rumors of companies wanting to put all their games on the Nintendo Switch 2, it really does seem like Nintendo is setting up for a massive launch on the Switch 2. So if you guys want the news on all of those things, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Especially if you like animation, this background right here is something I'm working on, basically a whole set for my character. So I'm going to be improving things on the channel since I have more time to work on animations and backgrounds and all that great stuff. Now, when it comes to specifically what third-party games could be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, the lists here are on this rumor from EXTAS1S. They say Diablo 4, Starfield, Microsoft Simulator, Halo the Master Chief Collection. It also says a Call of Duty 4 game is going to be coming. It's currently scheduled for 2025 according to his sources. Other games include Elden Ring and Tekken 8 alongside the DLC. Switching over to some Nintendo Switch news, apparently the trademark for the Nintendo Switch 2 has appeared. They're on your screen right now, and this is what it's going to be looking like, at least when it comes to the logo. So that's some pretty interesting small news for you there. And moving on to the next topic, we have some Super Smash Bros. Rumors. Apparently the next Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be revealed in 2025, and here are the rumored characters for that Super Smash Bros. Game. Or not 2025, it's 2026, my bad. But the rumored characters are Waluigi, Toon Zelda, Noah from Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Mio from Xenoblade Chronicles, Armored and I don't even know how to say that. I'm gonna try. Surrilage, I'm probably saying that wrong. It's from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear X, and Paper Mario as DLC. That would be pretty interesting. And speaking of Mario, some more Mario Kart 9 rumors have popped up, and I kind of don't like them if I'm being completely honest, if they end up being true. 2. So some of the gameplay mechanics for this game seem to be pit stop. Players can refuel their carts, and they can change out the tires during races. And honestly, I don't think this was real. I honestly think it sounds really dumb, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, pit stops, for instance, it seems like it would just interrupt the flow of the race, you know what I mean? Changing tires might be interesting if it was like a campaign thing, and maybe the tires help you in certain maps, I don't know, give you some kind of advantage in single player. And, you know, fueling carts, that kind of sounds dumb. Again, I think that would interrupt the flow of the race. I just want to race, you know what I mean? So I hope this is fake. It sounds fake to me, but I guess we'll see. And if not, let's get on with some more news. So the first round of news is that Nintendo has announced who will be going to the series of hand-on events for the Nintendo Switch 2. You can check your email right now if you haven't already, and you'll be able to see if you are going to get in. I, unfortunately, do not have the money to be going that far, nor do I have the time right now. So, unfortunately, I didn't even bother trying to get in. But for those who got in, you're probably going to have one heck of a time. Moving on to the next bit of news, it seems that Sim 1 and 2 are going to be returning, but as a console release. It seems that they will be re-releasing The Sims 1 and 2 on PC with all the DLC, according to Kotaku's sources. Now, The Sims Twitter account has also teased this as well, so it seems like it's going to be happening, and if they do end up doing it for console, I think more than likely the Nintendo Switch 2 will also receive it. They would be absolutely insane not to include that on the Switch 2, especially with the mouse that the Joy-Cons can do and the touchscreen. I mean, come on, you're just leaving money off on the table at that point. Now, I've only played Sims 3 and 4, so I've never played The Sims 2 and 1. I don't know if they're good or not, but I guess we'll see. Moving on to some Splatoon news, it seems that the Splatfest for February is going to be happening. This is what Nintendo Life has to say over on their website. The 2023 chocolate-themed Splatfest will be the first theme returning to the Splatlands next month, with the battle of What's Your Favorite Chocolate getting underway from 8th to 9th of February. Once again, Team Dark Chocolate, Milk Chocolate, and White Chocolate are all up for grabs, so expect to make your vote in the coming days. And moving on to some unfortunate news, developer Phoenix Lab, known for its work on Fae Farm and Dauntless, has announced that they have laid off the majority of the studio, citing unfortunate but necessary changes to our operations. And this is something that we have been seeing for the past, oh man, how long has it been going on for? Like 3 or 4 years, maybe even longer. There are a lot of studios that have been affected by layoffs, and just overall, even some studios closing down. Like, remember, I think it was this studio who made the Xbox exclusive, what's the name? Hi-Fi Rush, that's what it is. Tango Gameworks almost shut down, but they are back, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so now they're currently under the ownership of Krafton, the publisher of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Really, that's interesting. But yeah, man, it's a tough time for people in the industry. Not that just that industry too. I've heard there are big problems in the animation industry and just overall that part of the industry too. Like animators having trouble not getting paid right, just a whole bunch of stuff. But anyways, moving on to some more happy news. Fantasy Eye, The Girl Who Steals Time, a game that I'm pretty interested in, is also going to be coming to PlayStation as well. A PlayStation Store page for the game has appeared. I guess you would call this a leak for the PlayStation game since it's only officially announced for the Nintendo Switch 2 with a release date in April. Apparently, it's going to be coming to PlayStation as well, according to the PlayStation Store page that has recently appeared. So for anyone who doesn't own a Switch, or maybe they just want it on the PS5, you're going to be able to play it on that. And moving on to the last topic of today, Silksong got a small update, and this is what Eurogamer.net has to say on it. Team Cherry's Matthew Leth Griffin, in charge of PR and marketing, has stated Hollow Knight Silksong is real, progressing, and will release. Multiple rumors have been circulating about the game, sparked by co-creator William Pellin switching his social media profile to a cake, which led fans to speculate about the ARG to lead towards a release date. Sadly, this has now been debunked as a nothing burger. Again, I said it was small news, but it's good to know that it wasn't canceled or any of that. So, I mean, it's coming, we just don't know when. I wonder if they're just waiting for the Switch 2. But yeah, that's the last topic of today. Make sure you guys tell me your thoughts on all the topics we talked about in this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. And if not on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.